The story of Genghis Khan is one of unlikely ascendance. From the vast windswept steppes of Mongolia, a young boy named Temujin would rise to become one of the most formidable conquerors in history. His journey from obscurity to legendary status is a tale of resilience, strategy, and sheer willpower. Born Temujin in the tumultuous world of 12th century Mongolia, he faced numerous challenges from a young age. His early life was marked by hardship and struggle, including the murder of his father and the subsequent abandonment by his clan. These early experiences forged a steely determination in Temujin, setting the stage for his future conquests. He united fractured Mongol tribes through a mix of cunning and ruthlessness. Temujin's ability to forge alliances and his strategic marriages played a crucial role in consolidating power. He understood that unity was essential for survival and success in the harsh Mongolian landscape. He earned the title Genghis Khan, Great Khan, and embarked on a campaign of conquest unmatched in history. His vision extended far beyond the steppes of Mongolia. Genghis Khan sought to create an empire that would stand the test of time, and he pursued this goal with relentless determination. The Mongol Empire, under his leadership, grew at an astonishing rate. Genghis Khan's conquests were not just about expanding territory, they were about creating a legacy. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, encompassing a diverse array of cultures and peoples. They conquered vast swaths of Asia, from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. The Mongol warriors, known for their exceptional horsemanship and archery skills, were able to traverse diverse terrains and climates, adapting their strategies to suit each new challenge. This wasn't just raiding for plunder, it was about building an empire. Genghis Khan implemented a sophisticated administrative system to govern the vast territories he conquered. He promoted meritocracy, rewarding loyalty and competence, which helped maintain stability and order within the empire. Genghis Khan was a brilliant military strategist. His ability to outthink and outmaneuver his enemies was legendary. He employed innovative tactics, such as feigned retreats and psychological warfare, to gain the upper hand in battle. He understood the importance of speed and maneuverability. The Mongol cavalry, unmatched in its horsemanship and archery, could cover vast distances and strike with deadly precision. This mobility allowed them to launch surprise attacks and quickly regroup if needed. His cavalry, unmatched in its horsemanship and archery, could cover vast distances and strike with deadly precision. The Mongol warriors were trained from a young age to ride and shoot, making them formidable opponents on the battlefield. But there was another key to the Mongol success: terror. Genghis Khan understood the psychological impact of fear. By making examples of those who resisted, he ensured that news of Mongol brutality spread far and wide, often causing cities to surrender without a fight. They were deliberately brutal, making examples of those who resisted. The Mongols employed terror as a strategic tool, using it to break the will of their enemies and discourage resistance. This tactic was devastatingly effective, as many cities chose to surrender rather than face the wrath of the Mongol horde. Tales of Mongol savagery spread like wildfire, often breaking the will of their enemies before a single arrow was fired. The psychological impact of the Mongol advance was profound, leading to widespread fear and panic among those who stood in their path. This combination of military might and psychological warfare proved devastatingly effective. The Mongol war machine, honed to perfection under Genghis Khan's leadership, was an unstoppable force that reshaped the political landscape of Asia and Europe. Genghis Khan died in 1227, but his empire continued to expand under his successors. His death did not mark the end of the Mongol conquests, rather it was the beginning of a new chapter in the empire's history. His sons and grandsons inherited his ambition and his military genius. They continued to push the boundaries of the empire, building on the foundations laid by Genghis Khan. The Mongol Empire reached its zenith under the leadership of his descendants. They pushed further west, into the Caucasus Mountains, and towards the lands of the Rus, expanding the empire's reach and influence. The Mongol advance into these regions set the stage for significant cultural and political changes, setting the stage for a clash of civilizations that would have profound consequences for both sides. The encounter between the Mongols and the Rus was not just a military confrontation, it was a meeting of different worlds, each with its own traditions and ways of life. The Mongol war machine, honed to a razor's edge over decades of conquest, was now poised to collide with the principalities of Rus, a loose collection of Slavic states with a proud history but a fatal lack of unity. The Mongol invasion would test the resilience and adaptability of the Rus's people. a loose collection of Slavic states with a proud history but a fatal lack of unity. The disunity among the Rus's principalities made them vulnerable to the Mongol onslaught, and the consequences of this invasion would be felt for generations. The coming conflict would reshape the map of Eastern Europe and leave an indelible mark on the Russian psyche. The Mongol invasion had far-reaching effects, influencing the development of Russian culture, politics, and society in ways that are still evident today. Genghis Khan wasn't content with simply carving out a kingdom for himself. His ambitions were far greater than just ruling a piece of land. He had a bigger vision, Pax Mongolica, a term that would come to symbolize the peace and stability he sought to bring to his vast empire. This Mongol peace was about more than just territorial control. It was about establishing order and stability across their vast domain. It was about creating a unified system where people could live and trade in peace. To achieve this, Genghis Khan implemented a number of key reforms. These reforms were designed to create a cohesive and well-governed empire. He created a unified legal code, the Yasa, to be applied consistently across the empire. This legal code was not just a set of laws, but a comprehensive system that covered everything from military discipline to civil rights. He established a sophisticated courier network, allowing for swift communication across thousands of miles. This network was crucial for maintaining control over such a vast territory. He also understood the importance of trade. Trade was the lifeblood of the empire, bringing in wealth and fostering connections between different parts of the realm. He knew a prosperous empire needed more than just plundered riches. Sustainable wealth came from commerce and the exchange of goods and ideas. He encouraged trade along the Silk Road, offering protection to merchants and envoys. This protection was a significant factor in the flourishing of trade routes under Mongol rule. This openness to trade had a profound impact on Mongol culture. The empire became a melting pot of different cultures, ideas, and technologies. They were exposed to new ideas, technologies, and beliefs from all corners of their empire. This exchange of knowledge enriched the Mongol civilization and contributed to its advancement. Unlike many conquering forces, the Mongols were remarkably tolerant of other religions. This tolerance was a cornerstone of their governance. As long as conquered people submitted to Mongol rule and paid their taxes, they were largely free to practice their own beliefs. This policy of religious tolerance helped to maintain peace and order within the empire. This tolerance wasn't just pragmatism, although it was certainly pragmatic. It was also a reflection of Genghis Khan's broader vision for his empire. It stemmed from a core tenet of Genghis Khan's philosophy: unity above all else. He believed that a unified empire where diversity was embraced would be stronger and more resilient. He recognized that diversity, when managed properly, could be a source of strength rather than weakness. This approach allowed the Mongol Empire to thrive and expand. This vision of a unified, cosmopolitan empire was revolutionary for its time. It set the Mongol Empire apart from other contemporary empires. It's a testament to Genghis Khan's leadership that his successors not only maintained this vision, but expanded upon it, continuing to push the boundaries of the Mongol Empire. Pushing the boundaries of the Mongol Empire further than ever before. The legacy of Genghis Khan's vision of conquest and unity continues to be studied and admired to this day. After Genghis Khan's death, the Mongol Empire was divided amongst his sons and grandsons. This division, however, did not weaken the Mongol resolve or their ambitions. Instead, it set the stage for a new generation of leaders to carve out their own legacies, expanding the empire's reach even further. One of these grandsons, Batu Khan, inherited the task of leading the Mongol armies westward. Batu Khan was not just any leader, he was a formidable strategist and a warrior of great renown. His leadership was marked by a blend of ruthless efficiency and tactical brilliance. Batu Khan, known for his military prowess and ambition, set his sights on the lands of the Rus. The Rus's principalities, with their rich resources and strategic locations, were an enticing target for the Mongol expansion. Batu Khan saw an opportunity to not only expand the empire, but also to demonstrate the might of the Mongol horde. This wasn't just about territorial expansion, it was personal. The Mongols had a code of honor, and any slight against them was met with severe retribution. Batu Khan's campaign against the Rus was fueled by a desire to uphold this code and to avenge any perceived insults. A Rus's prince had insulted a Mongol envoy, an act Batu Khan vowed to avenge. This insult was not just a personal affront, but a challenge to Mongol authority and honor. The response had to be swift and decisive to send a clear message to all who might dare to defy the Mongols. In 1236, he led a massive army, composed of Mongols and various Turkic allies, across the Volga River. This was a meticulously planned campaign, with every detail considered to ensure the success of the invasion. The crossing of the Volga was just the beginning of a series of calculated moves designed to overwhelm the Rus' defenses. The Rus' princes, divided amongst themselves, were caught off guard by the speed and ferocity of the Mongol advance. Their lack of unity and preparedness made them vulnerable to the well-coordinated Mongol attacks. The Mongols moved with a speed and precision that the Rus had never encountered before. They were used to fighting amongst themselves, engaging in small-scale conflicts over land and power. These internal disputes had weakened their ability to present a united front against a common enemy. The Mongols exploited these divisions, turning the Rus' internal strife to their advantage. They had never faced an enemy like the Mongols. The sheer scale and organization of the Mongol army were unlike anything the Rus had ever seen. The Mongols brought with them not just superior numbers, but also advanced tactics and a level of discipline that was unmatched. The Mongols were masters of siege warfare, equipped with advanced siege engines learned from Chinese engineers. These engines allowed them to breach the formidable defenses of Rus cities with relative ease. The combination of engineering prowess and relentless assault made the Mongol army an unstoppable force. They were also masters of psychological warfare, spreading terror and sowing discord among their enemies. The mere mention of the Mongol horde was enough to instill fear in the hearts of their adversaries. This psychological edge often led to the collapse of enemy morale even before the battle began. Their reputation preceded them, and many Rus' cities surrendered without a fight, hoping to avoid the horrors that befell those who resisted. The Mongols' reputation for mercy to those who submitted and brutality to those who resisted was well known. This dual approach ensured that many chose submission over destruction. The Mongols, for their part, were ruthless in their efficiency. They moved swiftly, striking with precision, and leaving little room for their enemies to regroup. Their campaigns were characterized by a level of organization and discipline that was unparalleled in the medieval world. They exploited the fragmented nature of the Rus' principalities, turning their divisions against them. By playing the Rus' princes against each other, the Mongols were able to conquer with minimal resistance. This strategy of divide and conquer was a hallmark of Mongol military tactics. City after city fell to the Mongol onslaught, each victory adding to the growing legend of Mongol invincibility. The success of these campaigns not only expanded the Mongol Empire, but also solidified their reputation as the most formidable military force of the time. The invasion of Rus' was not just a military campaign, it was a display of power designed to intimidate and subjugate. The Mongols wanted to send a clear message to the world. Resistance was futile, and submission was the only path to survival. It was a stark reminder that the world had entered a new era, one dominated by the might of the Mongol Empire. The conquests of Batu Khan and his successors reshaped the political landscape of Eurasia, leaving an indelible mark on history. The Mongol Empire, with its vast territories and diverse peoples, stood as a testament to the power of unity and strategic brilliance.